Denny Hamlin has just made a stunning declaration about his future with Joe Gibbs Racing. The 44-year-old NASCAR veteran, currently in his 20th Cup Series season, has finally addressed the retirement rumors that have been swirling around him. Fresh off back-to-back victories at Darlington and Martinsville, Hamlin admitted he's actively planning his future beyond Joe Gibbs Racing, and it involves a potential move to his own team, 2311 Racing. Hamlin said, "You always have to plan for it, retirement. And you always want to give the team proper time to come up with their next plan as well. Running some at 2311 is something I'd like to do. I really would like to, even if I phased out and ran some there. That would be a cool goal of mine. It would be a cool way to phase out versus just stopping."
Not right now. I mean, you always have to plan for it, and you want to give the team proper time to come up with their next plan as well. And so, you know, I think that, you know, running some at 2311 is something I'd like to do. You know, Joe Gibbs Racing's been amazing to me over the 20 years that I've been with them. Just fantastic. Couldn't be any better. Joe and that whole group's just been amazing.
Yeah.
But you know, there's things that are different, right? I do have a race team. You know, I really would like to just, you know, even if I phased out and ran some there, that would be a cool goal of mine. You know, just, you know, whatever it is, if it's 5 races, 25, whatever it might be, it'd be a cool way to phase out versus just stopping. I think I would have a tough time, you know, just stopping. But I want to be competitive.
This bombshell comes as Hamlin sits second in the Cup Series standings, just 49 points behind William Byron. His recent victory at Darlington marked his 56th career win, moving him to 11th on NASCAR's all-time wins list and tying Kyle Busch as Joe Gibbs Racing's winningest driver. The timing is significant. Despite his continued success on track, Hamlin acknowledges the reality of aging in a demanding sport. He's been with Joe Gibbs Racing since his 2005 debut, creating a legacy few drivers can match. The Virginia native isn't just thinking about walking away. He's strategically planning a transition that would keep him involved in racing through 2030-11, the team he co-owns with NBA legend Michael Jordan. Hamlin referenced the uncertainty that can come with NASCAR careers, pointing to Kyle Busch's departure from JGR. He also touched on the uncertainty of top-tier motorsport series, such as the Cup Series, of when a driver, despite not being past his prime, is phased out of a team due to sponsor implications or business decisions made by the team themselves. With his cautious approach, Hamlin appears determined to control his own destiny in the sport, creating a path similar to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who continued part-time racing after retirement. His recent victories have only fueled his competitive drive. At Darlington, Hamlin showcased why he remains a force in NASCAR, executing a perfect overtime restart after a clutch final pit stop by his crew. "There's 2 people I really love right now, my pit crew and Kyle Larson," Hamlin said after the win. "Had a little assist there, so thank you. The pit crew just did an amazing job. They won it last week at Martinsville. They won it this week. It's all about them." The victory moved Hamlin ahead of NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace on the all-time wins list, cementing his place among the sport's greats. Behind Hamlin's continued success is a work ethic that defies expectations for a driver his age. Despite being at least 14 years older than teammates Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and Ty Gibbs, Hamlin puts in more simulator hours than many younger competitors. "One of the things about going in the sim, it's hard work," team owner Joe Gibbs revealed. "Honestly, I think Denny is in the sim as much as anybody we have, any of the young guys. He stays after it. You get somebody that age that still has the drive to get it done. I think Denny has a real drive, and I think we're fortunate to have him." This dedication has impressed his new crew chief, Chris Gale, who joined Hamlin's team this season. Gale said, "I've been surprised at how hard he does work. As he's gotten older, he's had to almost ramp up the amount of work he's done. Where he may have gotten by earlier without doing that, he probably doesn't have to. Some of the other guys don't. He does it to be a part of the team." Gale estimates Hamlin spends at least 7 hours weekly in the simulator, a commitment that stands out even more considering many Cup veterans cite simulator obligations as a reason for retirement. Hamlin himself acknowledges this evolution in his approach. "I only trust myself to do it," he said about his simulator work. "I don't know why. That's just the control freak in me to want to have everything absolutely perfect. I put a lot of work in. It's for the benefit of all Joe Gibbs Racing. They reap the benefits. The veteran driver has developed a new philosophy as he's aged in the sport. As I've gotten older, I've realized that I'm not going to win these races on raw talent anymore. I'm going to have to outwork people. I'm going to have to look at things that maybe other people aren't looking at. I've learned to win it more with my mind than I have with my talent. This mental approach has helped Hamlin remain competitive in a sport that constantly evolves with younger talent. He confidently stated he can count on two hands the number of rivals with more natural ability than him. Hamlin's ability to balance his driving career with team ownership has been remarkable. Now in year 5 of 2311 racing, Hamlin and Jordan have built a competitive organization that fields 3 full-time entries, the number 23 Toyota Camry for Bubba Wallace, number 35 Camry for Riley Herbst, and number 45 Camry for Tyler Reddick. The team also runs the number 67 Camry part-time for Corey Heim. The team recently moved into a brand new race shop and headquarters named Airspeed in Huntersville, North Carolina, marking another milestone in its growth. Despite the success, 2311 Racing has faced challenges off the track. The team, along with Front Row Motorsports, filed an antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR over the charter agreement terms in October 2024. The legal battle resulted in a preliminary injunction allowing both teams to race as chartered entries in 2025, while continuing their case against NASCAR. When asked if the lawsuit would affect on-track performance, Hamlin dismissed the notion. Hamlin said, "Well, I think your performance on track is so indicative of the speed of your cars. How good is your pit crew? How well do you as a driver? Not anything that really happens off the racetrack, so I don't see it being a factor at all." He added, "If I talk to those in our 2311 race shop, it's business as usual. We're digging ahead and trying to win a championship over there, and I'm trying to win a championship as a driver. Really, all the off-track stuff is for the attorneys, and they're handling it." This practical approach highlights Hamlin's ability to compartmentalize the business and competitive aspects of the sport.